Hi people, what's going on? Welcome to the Sloppy Joe.
No, it's not actually. How dare you?
You do it here, right?
We do actually, yeah.
Yeah? In front of my TV.
Well, it's not yours.
On my desk.
Not yours.
So it's ours. We own that, don't we,
own it,
Callum?
yeah.
We own their podcast now, innit?
It's been absorbed.
Yeah.
We've seen a cease and
I own
desist.
you and Ethan.
Yeah, that's true.
And part of
What
Joe.
show actually is this?
This is Uncensored.
I
gave you a plug for your podcast for free,
Thank
bro.
you very much. At the start of the show, check out the Sloppy Joe's podcast.
On the biggest... Well, we're not the biggest, are we?
Yeah, the biggest podcast in the world.
Yeah, we're the greatest. Joe Rogan wish he had numbers. Like, if Joe Rogan woke up with our numbers, he'd cut his fucking head off, wouldn't he? Jesus Christ.
It'd be all right, though.
Bit of blasphemy at the start of the podcast.
Not right, that.
Sorry, Nan.
Your nan's Jesus Christ.
She's upstairs.
Is she?
Yeah.
Yeah. She's not dead. She's coming in like Mission Impossible. She's just out of shot there.
Don't talk about my Nan. She's dead.
Oh, she is dead. Oh, shit, she is. Probably should cut her off that wire. Right, cut. It's meant to be uncensored.
You don't have to cut.
Okay, good.
I want people to see how much of a knob you are, bruv.
No.
Yeah, they've seen it.
Don't let them.
They seen it.
Cut it out.
My dead Nan and you've got no respect. You're going to hell, you know.
Yeah.
You might look like that, but you're going to hell.
I know, that'd be funny when I get down there. Though. Oh my God, they've sent the big man down. What has he done?
What are you doing?
Yeah, there was a scandal.
Yeah.
You should have seen what he was doing in heaven. They had to send him down to hell.
Do you reckon if Jesus was alive now, some might say he is, he'd be like back pages of News of the World and
Well, like Callum
front
Best.
page of OK. Yeah.
Just a sort of modern day Callum Best.
Yeah.
In a way, because he's basically living off his dad's reputation.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think.
He's only famous because of who his dad
Yeah,
is.
exactly. Like, yeah, he's done a bit, but really, it was his dad that did it. Yeah, I think he would. Just getting pissed and that. No, he wouldn't. It'd be great. He'd be the best. He is the
No
best.
one believe him though.
No.
We'd think he's a psycho.
Or Dynamo.
Like, what are you talking about, bro?
Yeah.
You are the son of God.
I know. You'd really would have to prove it, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Especially
and then
with, like,
if he proved it,
yeah.
I reckon Boris Johnson, Vladimir Putin, fucking Joe Biden, if he's still alive, and the Queen, if she's still alive, them lot would all interrogate him and probably start war on him.
Probably, yeah.
Innit?
They'd hide all the miracles he actually did, and then he's just gone missing.
They'd say, they'd slander his name.
Yeah.
They'd find his old tweets,
Oh, imagine some of them.
some of his old tweets about Judas.
Oh, love him. What a guy. You know, you're out here actually condoning someone that's sold your soul out. Yeah, I know. These were old tweets. Like you've got to come out and say you don't like Judas.
Yeah.
You've associated with a known heretic. We can't have that. We cannot have that. He'd go on like Conan, wouldn't he?
Yeah. Our views in the Vatican have just dropped off, by the way.
No. I went to the Vatican a few months ago.
Really?
Yeah.
I watched again, I don't know where this is going. And funnily enough, we started off talking about my nan, and now we're talking about someone that my nan loved, but I'm beginning to think, should she have? I watched a
Savile.
documentary about Mother Teresa.
Oh, on Sky. Yeah. Thoughts?
She looks like this nice little grandma. Bruv. She made some peas and gave it all to the Vatican, by the way. Where's that money gone? But she used to believe the people in pain, like it made them closer to God. So she used to leave them in pain and not help them.
Yeah, there wasn't.
They used to have medicines sent over and stuff, and she wouldn't use them.
There
Because
wasn't
it was
that
like,
much of an emphasis on helping.
No, it was
curing
like
people, was it?
You're just going to be in pain here.
Yeah,
Under my guidance.
yeah. You can die and have pneumonia or whatever, but just do it in my building.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a bit bad one, and there was all that stuff of like they sent loads of medical supplies over, and they're like, "Where are these medical supplies been used?" And she's like, "Medical schmedical." They're fine. They're under the eyes of God.
Yeah.
You know.
And like people within a stone's throw of her community were like poor in that. Like she weren't helping really anybody.
No.
Except the Vatican.
I know, which in a way is sad for her because it's not like she was making loads of money out of it.
She would have been conflicted by it, but also, did she know what she was doing?
Probably.
If she was a he,
Right.
and a little bit less frail, and would we go? He's absolutely robbed us all blind.
Maybe.
That's my nan rolling in her grave.
No, it's not.
That is.
Is it?
I'm talking about Mother Teresa.
I know the podcast's underground, but it's not that far underground. that she's above us.
Trust me, that is. It's my nan saying, you shut your fucking mouth.
About Mother Teresa?
Yeah.
Nah, she was a saint. Speaking of saints, Arteta. We used to take the piss out of him.
We
Saying
can
how
still
shit
take
it
the piss
was.
out of him.
No, well, that's what I'm going to say. And then we took the piss out of him saying how bad he was, because he was. And then it looked like he was going to get top 4, and then everyone took the piss out of us. And then he didn't get top 4. They didn't have Champions League football. They had so much praise in the media, and they still bottled top 4.
You know what I've just learned from hearing that? It's always going to be your time to get the piss taken out of you. Do you know what I mean?
That's fair.
And it's just what goes around comes around.
Yeah.
It's just football, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just perpetually taking the piss out of each other.
Yeah.
And when it's not your time to be taking the piss out of, everyone forgets.
Yeah. And then
You know what my favourite part of the final day was?
What?
Expression singing to troops.
That was... How did he
Bob
not...
on.
If your troops there, what are you doing?
Troops is, to be fair to Troops, yeah, he's taken it well.
Yeah.
Because if he reacts, he looks like a dickhead and, you know, it doesn't look good.
No.
But it was so good, wasn't it?
That'd be hard not to just...
Who's he calling 5 foot? He wishes he was 5 foot, right?
Yeah. I think he's calling troops 5 foot.
Oh. Okay.
Not anyone else.
Okay.
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 If someone came up to you last day of the season, calling you a pussy on your face, what are you
Chinning
saying? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't know how Lars didn't slap me up when we were watching Liverpool throw away the league. Yeah.
Well, they didn't really throw it away, did they?
Well, I think, you see when it's 2-0 to Aston Villa,
Yeah.
if Liverpool score at that point, City don't come back. Mentally goals, bro. Everything goes. And I think the longer that went on, there wasn't that message in the crowd. I think City grew in confidence.
They thought, let's do this.
What was your
Less
favourite
pressure.
moment of the season, and why was it the 30 seconds at Anfield when they thought they won the league?
Yeah, that was so good.
Who
wasn't it?
spread that? It
I
had to
don't
be
know.
Gary Neville, right? Was he there?
He must have been there. I love that. It's so good. And it's one of the things that's like, I can understand getting dragged into that. That could easily happen at any ground. That's not like a Liverpool thing. But it's so good that it was Liverpool. Where they thought Aston Villa would equalise with City, and they hadn't.
What I love is someone in the who were Liverpool playing Wolves.
Yeah.
So someone in the Wolves end has said as a joke to someone, "Hey, Villa have scored." Next to them, a Liverpool fans heard that and gone, "What Liverpool? What, Villa? Who was it? Villa have scored."
Villa.
And then someone else has heard that and gone, "Oh,"
Yeah. It's
Like,
just,
immediately.
It's just spread on it.
and it's gone.
Yeah,
And then
the
it's all
fuse
gone
was
back to
lit.
that kid.
Yeah.
And he's got chinned.
Yeah, probably. No, they'd have loved that. Wolves fans would have loved
No,
that.
the Wolves fan never got chinned. The first Liverpool
the first
fan
Liverpool
spread
fan,
it
yeah.
would have got
What
chinned.
the fuck are you on about? You said it was... Yeah, just because I heard someone.
The best bit was where Thiago and Klopp hug.
Yeah.
But mid-hug, he kind of realises they haven't scored, so he just brushes it off as it didn't happen. Yeah, that was my favourite moment of the season.
That was good, wasn't it? Well,
Shows you how bad we are, innit?
I know.
We are down bad.
Yeah. Favourite moment of the season is basically City winning the league. That's rough, innit? That's really rough.
Are we going to bring back PL Piss Take next season?
Yeah. Definitely. Every Monday.
It's the season Arteta gets sacked next
It's the
season.
season Arteta gets sacked, first of all, because he's not that good. It's the season United actually start being good again.
21's coming.
21 is coming. Some point. It's a season where I think Pep and Klopp both have a dip. Tuchel gets
They both have a what?
dick.
I'd like to hope so.
Tuchel gets sacked because he's not going to win enough, and Chelsea just sack people.
Even
then-
this new Chelsea?
It's the same as the old Chelsea, innit? It's all the same people except the owner. I
Yeah,
think they'll
but
sack
the
him.
owner was responsible for a lot of those sackings.
Yeah, he was. I don't know. I think their business model works. I think if Tuchel don't win anything next season, they'd sack him. And they probably should with the way they do it. But yeah, it's going to be great for United. So every Monday, Premier League Piss Take.
Yeah. Hopefully every Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, don't.
Because you know when we lose, yeah?
Yeah. It's hard to take the
It's
piss
not
out of other
every
people
Monday.
when we're shit.
Yeah. But should we just stick to our guns this season?
I think we just do it. Even if we lose, pretend
Ignorance
we've
is bliss.
won. Pretend we've won.
Yeah.
Ever heard of that? Pretending?
Should we have a PL Piss Take league table?
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we award the points out based on how we feel.
Yeah, we give each team points. It's not about who won or lost. It's about who earned the points from us. And every week, Man United are getting 3 points. Maybe more.
So Mikel Arteta finished fifth.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
People thought that he's better than he is because they had that situation where everyone knows it, that they didn't have Europa League or whatever, or conference, whatever. They finished outside of Europe. They had a free run at it. They basically had as favourable a season as you can possibly have, and they still didn't finish top 4. He's been there 3 years. If you aren't getting top 4 after 3 years, where are Arsenal? Mm-hmm. Like, if he hasn't been unsuccessful after 3 years of being outside the top 4, what standard do we think Arsenal are? Because Leicester, who fell below Arsenal, have been closer to top 4 or as close to top 4 as Arsenal have been. And Arsenal, I know they're not that good anymore, but 3 years into a project, you're still not getting top 4 when you've had no European football. That isn't success.
That's why I think next season he gets sacked, because it's hard for him to do better than 5th.
Yeah.
And the demands are going to be there for 4th.
Yeah.
But how does he fulfill those demands? Unless Spurs, Chelsea, United have a really bad season, I can't.
No.
United will improve.
Yeah, I can't see how Arsenal finish 4th next season. And
I'm not saying we'll improve to fucking win the league, but
no. And look, speaking of like better than Arteta, I tell you who is better than Arteta. Arsenal fans' idea of Arteta, they want him to be Pep 2.0, and he's just not. He's just a fine manager with a quite nice style of play when it works, but it doesn't really work. He's just not that good.
There should have been more pressure on him, innit?
Yeah.
3rd season, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Arsenal aren't so bad and so poor.
Ollie got second with fuck all, really.
Yeah. I know we're a better team than Arsenal, but the expectation after 3 years has to be top 4. And they had it in their hands for so long. They lost so many games at the end of the season. That's only obviously you can put that on the players as well, but at some point you have to put that on the manager. That FA Cup is really holding him in place at the minute.
And he got a new contract.
Yeah.
Felt like United giving when we gave Mourinho a contract.
Yeah. An extra year.
And he wasn't long until
he's gone.
What do you make of Mourinho in the Europa League Conference League?
I love it. I'm happy for him.
Do you? I'm happy for him.
Right.
Because part of me does like him.
Yeah, same.
But I hate the almost retelling of the story. Like, oh, look at Mourinho. He's one of your. It's like it's the 3rd-rate European trophy.
Yeah.
Let's be real. If United won that, you'd all be taking the piss.
It's a European trophy that's so shit it only barely exists.
Do
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's only just evolved.
I think Mourinho has cleverly readjusted his expectations of himself, or at least his. Remember, you know what it reminded me of? You know, like when he cried when they got to the final or something like that. It reminded me of him on the pitch at Stockholm when we were celebrating the Europa League, telling the players, "We've not won 2 trophies, we've won 3.
Yeah,
include the Champions League," and going.
Yeah,
and it felt like
the Community Shield. You mean?
Remember when he was like, include the Community Shield 3, and only Herrera was copying him.
Yeah.
It felt like that, like trying to prove something that you haven't actually. But I'm happy.
He's definitely fallen, hasn't he? There's no doubt in that. It's a shame, really, because I still think he's got it in him. Like, there was no doubt in my mind they'd win that final. It was just inconceivable that he would lose a team that is, probably as good or
even
better
the revisionism around Smalling is like,
yeah.
You're only saying that because you hate Maguire. Yeah. Maguire's still twice the defender of Smalling.
Yeah, definitely. Like Chris Smalling, he had a decent game. He was man of the match. But there's that point where someone was running at him, he just fell over and the ball went over. Like, he fell under the ball and they nearly scored.
I've seen Maguire do that.
Yeah, I've seen Maguire do that as well. But, like, I'm glad he won it. I love that he's so good in finals. I do love that. You just knew he'd win it, didn't you? There was no way.
He's won 5 out of 5 European finals.
Unbelievable.
He doesn't lose.
And maybe this is his way back to the big time.
And to be fair, Roma haven't won a trophy in a long time, which I think helps his case.
Definitely.
But it just felt a bit weird. Felt a bit weird. But I suppose if you're the organizer of the Europa Conference League, you're like, Mourinho won it, and he's treating it with respect.
Yeah.
That'll do. I just feel like if he was in the Champions League, he'd be chucking shots at the Conference League. You know what I mean? He'd be saying, fuck that. Like,
what is this shit? Yeah.
I just feel like it's a bit of a lowering of his own standards.
But he kind of has to do that, doesn't he? Because his whole image and his sort of persona within the dressing room is, we're going to do something that no one thought we could do. We defy expectation. So he has to be like, this is a European trophy. If we win this, we are amazing.
You know what I loved about
You need
it?
to buy in with him.
Tammy Abraham falling over, wasting time and going to the bench.
Yeah, I love that.
I've got this.
See, that's what he does. No one's winking to
That was his final evolution under Mourinho, isn't it?
Exactly. He gets players that are willing to do whatever they think he'll like. And Tammy Abraham did that because he thought Jose will like it if I do this. Rangnick ain't getting that. Do you know what I mean? Hopefully Ten Hag can get a bit of that where it's like everyone is playing for the manager and for themselves.
There's been a lot of talk about our next captain. Who should it be?
I think if Ronaldo's still there, he's the only one that
The
I can
three
defend.
names have been Bruno, De Gea, Ronaldo.
Yeah. It has to be Ronaldo.
Is that a difficult thing to do? Because then you've got an expectancy to play, or does being the captain almost mean he kind of has to fulfill a leadership role, therefore he's less likely to kick off? Are you scared about the Ronaldo thing kicking off?
I'm a bit scared about it. If you think about what Ten Hag is, Ronaldo isn't really part of that idea, is it? A 37-year-old, all about me, you know, and that's obviously served him incredibly well. But he is, for himself largely, he's way past it in terms of, you know, physical prime, and he's on tons of money and he's an ego and he's all that. That is a concern. There are volatile sort of pieces in this jigsaw that might blow up in Ten Hag's face, but he's still our best striker. He's actually our only striker as it stands. So you can't get rid of him. And if he's there and he is the most dominant force in the dressing room, you might as well cement that with the armband, because otherwise there's going to be this rift, this sort of captain's problem
Kind of helps
that has
maybe
to
get
be
him
done.
on side as well.
Yeah,
innit?
exactly. Otherwise, there is just an issue that needs to be addressed. Ronaldo's the leader in the dressing room. He's the biggest, you know, the big cheese. And then you've got, you know, Bruno with the captain's armband, and yet Ronaldo's took penalties off him. Do you think? Who do you think?
Bruno shouldn't be captain.
No,
Then so he can just be a hero every day.
too volatile.
He's already too much. He always tries to do that hero shit. I don't want more of that.
Yeah.
I agree. I don't think a goalkeeper can be it.
No.
But then you probably can't see a player that's going to be there for 1 year, maybe be it.
Hopefully someone will rise in stature in the next 12 months and can take it off him.
Ronaldo's probably a good stopgap, but then it's just so many things that come from that. You know, when he's dropped, you've dropped your captain.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe if Ronaldo sees that United are moving in the right direction, he's less inclined to be stroppy.
Exciting news, our friends over at Manscaped have just launched their 4th generation performance package, and that includes the Lawnmower 4.0. 4.0? That's right, the Lawnmower 4.0, which includes a 7,000 RPM motor to take care of your spuds when you need it most. Make sure you join 2 million men who trust Manscaped, and you can do that by going to manscaped.com and getting 20% off and free shipping using the code Paddock20. We've all had it where you're trying to trim downstairs, you've got a big date coming up, it's your Valentine's, it's the anniversary, you need to look spick and span down there. But what happens? You end up using your mum's hair scissors, you end up trying to do something weird, getting a blowtorch out of the shed, using an axe that your dad uses to chop wood for the fire. None of that's going to work. You're going to cut yourself, you're going to nick yourself. We've all been there, using the scissors to try and go around your balls like some sort of weird stencil. It's not going to work. You're going to nick them, and you're going to really regret ever trying to make it a DIY job. That's where Manscaped comes in. Look at this. This, quite simply put, is the greatest device in trimming your pubes that has ever existed. It's a Lawnmower 4.0. It's got a 7,000 RPM motor, and the best thing about it is the anti-nick technology. You can see that there. Anti-nick technology, right? What that means is that you're not going to catch your spuds when you're trying to clean up in your trousers. Make sure you check out Manscaped. Again, it's not just this. They've got this, the Crop Reviver. This is what you put on. You're going straight out after work. It's in your work bag. Let me just nip to the toilet. Tss, tss. Let me just freshen up. You got this bad boy, the Crop Preserver, straight out of the shower, pop it on. Deodorant for under the arms, Crop Preserver for under the garms. You know what I mean? You know what it is. And one of the best things about the Lawnmower 4.0 is that it's waterproof. So you can do it in the shower, you can do it over the sink, you can do it at a public pool if you really want to. You might get kicked out, but you can do it there. That's the thing. Shave your pubes out in the rain if you want to. If that's what your thing is, you've got some weird fetish where you get in your truck, you drive out to a hillside, get in the flatbed, wait for it to rain, trim your pubes. This thing isn't going to electrocute you, and you're fine to do that because that's your property. Or just do it in the shower like I do. It's fantastic, easy clear up, and you don't have to worry about it breaking. And not just does that mean, yes, I can do it in the shower, it also means it's easy to clean because you get in there, sometimes you get your little brush, trying to do it, trying to blow on it, get your little pubes out. No one wants that. Run it under the tap, it's clean, perfect to be stored away. So, you know what, your mum don't find it or your missus don't find it. Or she might use it, to be honest. So make sure you check out manscaped.com. Again, use the code Paddock20 at checkout for 20% off and free shipping. Thank you once again to Manscaped for sponsoring the podcast. Back to the show, lads. Do you think the players generally will buy into Ten Hag's system? Do you think there's a chance they just go, fuck this, it's too much work? Because
Yeah, but I think this fella's not going to suffer fools.
You think he will just get rid of someone?
I hope. Because of the last season and this kind of season and all that, how it's kind of got everyone down.
Yeah.
I do feel this optimism creeping into me, this excitement creeping into me that maybe things could possibly change. But we've been here so many times that it's like, oh, under a new manager, you never know. We've said it so many times.
Yeah.
But I do feel like we're moving towards a stage now, especially with Woodward going, maybe Murto coming in. Maybe things could be different.
There's definitely
a
reason to think things could be different. And up until now, you haven't even had that. You couldn't even piece together a delusional way where things could be different. At least now we can be delusional fans and go, well, Arnold's not Woodward and Murto's not Judge and Ten Hag's not whoever. Like, you can sort of go, I'm going to be optimistic. Yeah.
And has their future ahead, their best years ahead of him.
Yeah, he's on the way up.
Unlike Moyes, all right, we kind of just fell in love with the story Fergie gave us. Van Gaal, Mourinho, we're all past it by the time we got him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Jose had been sort of besmirched and scarred. Louis van Gaal basically was, 5-6 years past his peak. I think Ten Hag's the one that's on the way up. I saw a thing the other day. He's talking about maybe Mike Phelan maybe leaving, and there's a picture of
maybe.
Well, yeah, probably. There's a picture of Ten Hag next to Phelan. Phelan's only 6 years older than Ten Hag. How much does he look like it's his dad?
Yeah, that's mad.
I think Phelan's 59 and Ten Hag's 52 or something, so maybe 6 years. But like
7.
6 and a bit.
7.
There's no way those two were in school at the same time as each other.
No.
Like one of them was
7 years difference.
Yeah, one of them was in primary school, the other one was
years.
in secondary school. You only went to school for 5 years.
Your primary school and secondary school, same school.
Yeah. Truncheon Hall Elementary School from Matilda, mate.
You had a what enter you? A truncheon.
A truncheon, yeah. Horse.
Entered you.
Elementary. I like Ten Hag.
You liked it
I
hard.
like it. Yeah.
What?
I like 10 and I like it hard.
Is it going to be... Jamie Carragher found a new thing where he's, every 10 months... Like, laughing about that. What do you think? 10 months, 10 years?
That's going to be so boring
10
straight
years,
away, isn't it? 10 years. 10 trophies, 10 titles. Do you know what I mean? Eric, 10 titles, mate.
Eric, 10 titles.
Do you know what I mean?
With his beautiful bald head.
Oh, it's going to be so good. And that's such a nice...
I've always said the bald managers are the best.
They are. They look the best. That's got such a nice surface to lay the base of the Premier League trophy on as well. Do you know what I mean? Just like that. Lays it on and it sort of cups over
the crown off.
Yeah, put the top of the FA Cup on his head.
Yeah.
Put the top of the Premier League on his head.
Yeah.
That's going to be fucking perfect, that, isn't it?
Uh,
We hadn't had a bald manager before, since in the Premier League era. Obviously, our greatest
Matt.
ever. Yeah, Matt was.
he had some.
He had some. He wasn't like nothing. Have we ever had a fully domed fella? My Busby had the sides.
Apart from Chris Armas.
Chris Armas. Yeah.
How is he working at Man United?
Did you hear about how he got hired as well?
Just by accident.
United wanted like 3 players over him, and then Rangnick was like 3 people over him, and we couldn't get one because of Brexit. We couldn't get one because of work permit issues, and then it was basically like fucking Chris Armas, just some American lad who was willing to do it.
Yeah,
sad that, innit? And then he just had an earpiece in to an analyst in Russia that was watching the game live, telling Chris Armas what tactics to change and stuff.
Are you being serious?
Yeah. It was a guy from Locomotive that Rangnick knew. That's who that earpiece was. It was a man in Russia watching the game on TV saying he's not running fast enough, analysing data and stuff. And then he would tell Chris Armas what to tell Rangnick. Did you not know this?
I'm disgusted.
And that bloke in Russia, by the way, that was on the earpiece...
Vladimir Putin!
Vladimir Putin was unpaid. He was just doing it as a favour. The bloke who was doing United's tactics
Stephen Howson
was Stephen Howson. It was just the Russian Stephen Howson. It was just some bloke on an internship telling Ralph Rangnick what tactics to do. Literally, do you know those TV shows where someone's got a
To be fair, our previous manager was on an internship, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was, and they got a full-time job. Do you know the TV shows where they got like an earpiece in and they walk into a shop and then Ant and Dec tell them what to say?
Impractical Jokers.
Yeah, it was Impractical Jokers. That is like Manchester United's
There's your
bench
thumbnail.
was literally...
Impractical Jokers with Chris Armas, Ralph Rangnick.
Yeah, it was literally Impractical Jokers.
I've done your job for you, you twats.
How mad's that?
And put Arteta on one of them as well.
I dare you to play Jesse Lingard, even though he's just said he hates being here. He didn't want to fail the task. Can you imagine that?
Yeah, well, they all got thumbs down anyway because
Yeah,
they fucking
did.
failed.
What's their punishment? Right, he has to go and manage Austria. That's your punishment. Whoever loses has to go and manage Austria. Oh God, who's getting kicked out then? Who is 10? Give me like a player that or a couple of players that you think should be. Most people think they're safe, so not like Matic or whatever, but you think Ten Hag just ain't going to work with, like a Maguire or a Ronaldo.
I don't think Maguire's safe at all.
Do you not? I've got. Go on, yeah, go on.
Bruno needs to get his shit together because if he doesn't play the game, and I think he has the ability to, so I can't wait to see Bruno coach. But on the flip side, if he doesn't react well to that coaching and new tactics and stuff, I could see him being a big name for fall out of the squad.
Yeah, I can see that.
The reason I'm not mentioning Maguire is because I think that's more than a possibility.
Speaking of same thing, sort of like unsuspected potential problems, I think Varane might struggle. I think his lack of match fitness and the fact that you just can't rely on him. I could see him being just slowly kind of pushed out. And I hope not, because I think he's excellent. And I think he's definitely better than Maguire and Lindelof.
I don't think it would cause as much reaction because he's not been a permanent fixture.
Yeah.
You know, if he'd played every game this season, I think the only thing that keeps Varane out are injuries. I think he'd
I agree.
I think he'll be all right.
But I think that might be the beginning of the end for him. I hope not. I hope he can get him fit again. But he had some shaky games last season as well, didn't he?
But then you got to look at, and again, this goes for everyone, not just for Varane. Like, he was such crap. Like, it was just such crap, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like, we've just been talking about Chris Armas on the phone, some fella in Russia. Like, the fuck's going on there?
Phone to him, like it's a delivery. Yeah.
Zooming it.
Yeah, about in a minute.
45 minutes. So they only have the free 45 minutes. No injury time instructions.
Yeah, the free. With the free 40 minutes.
Refreshes the Zoom at half time.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
There's no way they pay for the full subscription.
No,
United wouldn't sanction that.
Because TeamViewer wouldn't be happy either, would they?
No, they won't let that happen. That's so stupid, isn't it? Apparently, like in the dressing room and stuff, all the players thought that Rangnick was too indecisive because he was waiting for like laggy instructions from this guy from Russia. What is this?
Who is this guy in Russia?
I don't know. But that's how they got around paying him. They obviously wanted him, couldn't get him, and then they said they're like, we just do it for free as a mates rates. Just do it for free.
I reckon he's
on a
been paid.
walkie-talkie.
He's sending an invoice, isn't it?
Yeah, it's freelance.
Freelance.
Got me some at 50 quid.
Freelance.
Cover my costs at least. I had to buy a pair of AirPods for this.
I had to download Zoom for this.
Oh, bad that.
Yeah, we're shocking, mate.
Yeah.
Give Ten Hag free reign. Let him slap some people up, please. It looks like he don't take shit.
No, he's proper stern.
But in a good way, you know, like the fuck you talking to,
Yeah.
and like you kind of all right. It looks like he's got something about him.
Yeah. Do you like him? Because a lot of people criticise him.
I don't know if I just fancy him though.
I don't know if I think he's a good manager, if I just think he's sexy.
Yeah, is he a good manager, or do I just fancy him?
That's the question we all have to ask, I suppose.
I mean, you look at him and you go, he looks the bollocks, bro.
Yeah, he does. Carrick looked the bollocks as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he, or do I just fancy him?
Yeah, that's a good point, that. Because
like-
that was never a question with Ole.
But I imagine if he starts being shit, I'll look at him a bit different. Like, I don't actually fancy him
Anymore.
Yeah. Like, you know, when he's got like half his hair's growing back around the side.
Yeah, he's
He
clearly
hasn't
not.
shaved it in a while, so he hasn't got a clean cut. His beard's all fucking fucked.
Yeah, he's got his glasses on. You didn't even know he wore contacts.
Yeah.
You're like, why has he stopped putting the effort in wearing contacts? He's like, oh, I've left them contact.
He's got that G-lage Jose Mourinho's wearing on.
Exactly,
Just
an
looking
old one.
stressed, yeah.
Still with a bit of stain down it from Jose's time. So why is this suit looks too big for him? Has
He's
he
got
lost
David
weight?
Moyes' mouse pad.
Yeah. With a big foam wrist pad. No way David Moyes.
You know,
had got
David
carpal
Moyes
tunnel.
brought a like keyboard to work, like you know, like that foam for his wrists and that. He thought, what would a Man United manager have? When he was on Amazon that night,
Yeah, he just typed in one word. Ergonomic. Enter. And then bought the chair, bought the keyboard, bought the wrist, bought the mat, bought a big new bike seat that was big foam one so he could cycle to work.
Yeah, man. Moyes.
I miss David Moyes.
You miss him?
No. I miss his eyebrows. That's my favourite bit about him. Because his eyebrows are just wrinkles, aren't they? They're not real eyebrows.
When he twatted the ball at the ball and then said, it just sat up for me. His excuse was, just sat up nice.
Sat up
I
nice.
couldn't resist volleying it. How is that an excuse? How has he got away with it? Proper twatted it, bruv.
It just sat up nice.
And he was, I'm further away from you than he was.
Yeah. He was begging me to kick it.
Like, he's absolutely written. Like, that catches that poor child's head, I reckon, down for a bit. Like, you know, catches you here, just knocks you out for a quick second.
No, but you knocked out. You wake up before you hit the floor, but you still hit the floor.
Yeah. That's what would have happened.
Imagine that. Imagine.
I kind of wish you did it. Just for, I would have hoped the child would be okay and that. But just for the, you know, what would Moyes then do? You know, like when you're at your aunt's house and she's got one of them annoying kids and then you try and play football with the kids and then somehow you accidentally foul one and starts crying.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Yeah.
TV cameras around here, just stop the fuck down.
Don't tell anyone I smashed the fucking vase.
And you start sweating and you say, oh my God.
Yeah, we're going to
That's why, imagine he twats that. Boom.
Yeah.
Clip. Kids down.
The kid starts crying.
You've already got the away section with cats out, fucking meowing at Kurt Zuma. And now you got. That's why he didn't care about Kurt Zuma. He was like, you should see what I do to my kids. Like, yeah, Kurt Zuma's all right. You should see what I do to my kids.
Allegedly.
But yeah, that was mental.
That was mental.
It was mad, wasn't
It's
it?
funny though.
It's up there with Hazard booting fuck out of that ball boy.
Yeah. Who that ball boy now owns?
That vodka?
AU Vodka.
Yeah, don't drink that bollocks anyway.
I know.
He deserved that kick in as well, that kid.
Yeah.
You see Anthony Joshua?
No.
So he must have been outside some uni halls or something. Why, I don't know. Or a student house. I don't know where he was. And someone must have clocked him outside, started shouting, oh, Anthony Joshua got a glass jaw. And then he's gone into the house and gone, who the fuck you talking to?
Yeah.
Most man would punch you up for that. Like, you know, like, if I was someone else, get battered.
He
He didn't do nothing to him, but he put the frighteners on him.
That's good, isn't it?
And I rate that, you rate that.
I love that.
Jim White losing his fucking head this morning because of it. And it's like,
Over that?
Jim White, get a fucking grip, you know.
No.
What I love is he goes, I get tweeted abuse every day. And I was like, yeah, of course you do. Mainly from me.
Yeah, and also the difference is you probably couldn't knock out the people doing it. Yeah. The only reason you're not threatening people is because they fucking bang you out. Anthony Joshua knows whoever it is taking the piss out of him, he can batter him. And that's actually better than battering him. It's embarrassing him without hurting him.
Yeah.
Like, you're a dickhead, you're an idiot. What are you going to say now I'm stood in front of you? Great. Yeah. Exactly what we need.
Well done, Anthony Joshua.
Well done.
I like Anthony Joshua.
Have you met him?
Nice, yeah, he's worked with him a lot.
Have you?
He knows my name.
Does he?
We're basically friends. If I was Steve, I'd say I'm his friend. Best friends.
Yeah. Bezzy meets. Yeah. That's what you'd say in a Sky.
No, he's a nice guy, man.
Is it?
Like, seriously.
What does he eat?
I'd say him and Matt are the nicest sportsmen I've ever met. Like, what do you mean, what does he eat?
What does he eat? Because he's big.
Well, yeah.
So he obviously
doesn't eat McDonald's and that, does he?
No, is he just rice? A lot of rice and chicken.
I don't know.
Have you never seen him eat? You don't tell me. You've worked alongside Anthony Joshua and you've never seen him graze.
Was that a bit... Were you making assumptions based on anything there?
What?
Just rice and
No, it's like
chicken.
bodybuilder diet, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah, of course it is. Broccoli, chicken, rice.
Did you say that
That's
to me
all
a
they
lot?
eat.
You eat rice and chicken a lot. don't you?
Just for the record, I've never once said that to Adam.
He says it a lot.
No, that's like bodybuilder, isn't it? It's a packet, like a sachet.
What you call me?
A packet of rice. A packet of rice. You're a fucking dickhead. A packet of brown rice, chicken breast, broccoli.
So.
That's all they eat.
they.
Bodybuilders, I just said that.
They said. They.
Right. Caught.
This is a game that me and Joe have where I try and make him seem as racist as possible. And I must include a disclaimer here. He's not a racist. I mean, he looks like Jesus, for God's sake.
Yeah, exactly. Oh,
Jesus loved us all.
Absolutely unbelievable. I wish I'd keep an eye on what he was eating.
Josh was going to come find you for that. Now.
I didn't say anything.
You did.
Anthony, if you're watching, he's got the body of a bodybuilder. He probably eats like a bodybuilder. I'm fucking sweating. I hate this. I knew I shouldn't have come on here.
Yeah, no, he's a nice guy, man. You shouldn't be so mean to him.
I haven't been mean to him once. I said I like how he handled that. I said he's massive. I wanted to know what he eats to get that big.
Yeah. You love a curry, though, don't you?
Me? Oh, I love it. The best. Maybe the best food,
Are you
actually.
a bit scared to answer that?
I think they're really nice.
What kind of videos you want on Pre-Season Tour, actually? We're going to be doing the news for you every day. We're going to be doing a vlog, so don't do a vlog. What kind of videos do you want? We're out there.
We're going to be getting interviews with journalists who are out
there
there.
any YouTubers out there that we could go and meet?
Some YouTubers, that'd be good.
Australian YouTubers.
Yeah.
It must be mental, isn't it?
There's got
Do
to
you
be
reckon
some of
there's
them.
I know he's passed away, so I'm on about the exact guy. Do you reckon there's like a Aussie Steve Irwin type YouTuber?
Like a YouTube Steve Irwin? There's got to be.
Should we go find
Someone
him?
putting elastic bands around crocodiles and shit.
I might go to the Quackers again, you know. You're not coming to Perth, are you?
No.
Should I take Jade to see them?
I think he'd like that. He likes a furry animal.
Yeah, he loved it, furry. Yeah. Thanks for tuning in. Joe, thanks for turning up, Joe.
Thanks.
Thanks for tuning in, people at home. The ending to this has been an absolute car crash, hasn't it?
Yeah.
You'd think we were professionals.
You fucked me over there.
What?
You fucked me over. You
You
made me look like a
fucked yourself
racist. I know.
Opening your mouth again. It's like living with your 8-year-old racist nan.
8?
80.
Oh, yeah.
Your nan, 8. Benjamin Button over there. So thanks for tuning in to everybody that's watched. I know this ended like a car crash, but you hopefully enjoyed it along the way. And Joe didn't put you off much. Thank you to Manscaped for sponsoring the channel, as always. Why are you shaking your head?
Still getting over some of the things that were said.
You'll be all right. You'll get over it.
Yeah.
And keep it like, comment, share, subscribe. Pre-season stuff's coming as well. We got loads coming in it, Joe.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun, man. See you in a bit.